Hello and very welcome. Today I would like to talk about a new update of my TB-303 Distortion plugin. It's this little guy here. For those who don't know what it is, it originally started as a one-knob basic plugin where you just have had one distortion module and dial in the dry wet with this funny little acid smiley here. But now in version 2, it's developed to a real sophisticated distortion and filter chain. So if you go here to the settings page, you see there's a lot of more functionalities like it has been in the past. And let me guide you through what I changed. Now there are 8 distortion types. Let me quickly run some audio through, then we can hear how it sounds. As a source, I use my KA303, which is also available in the Kreuzberg audio website. It's brand new. It's a 303 clone. I use this as a source, as I said, with no distortion at all. So it sounds actually like this. And you see, nothing is happening. And I added as an insert effect the TB-303 Distortion plugin. And let's dial in some distortion. So let's go to settings. And as I said, there's now 8 different distortion types. And so the classic Hardfloor is just a hard clipping. It's aggressive, but yeah, it's perfect, I think. So let's go for acid first. By the way, you can now dial in dry wet also from the backside of the plugin. This is extreme fuzz and it's like massive harmonic content, of course, as you can see, listen. Let's go for tape saturation. This is more warm. Soft clipping that adds harmonics. Let's go for a diode clipper. This models a hardware diode circuit. Asymmetric clipping, slightly different. We have Wavefolder. Rectifier. That flips the negative half of the waveform upwards. Bitcrusher. It's also nice. Then we have Valve Screamer. This is like tube amplifier. But the main thing now, which comes with the update, is the filter system. So that's where it gets really interesting, I'd say. So actually you're not distorting just the signal, you shape it before it goes into the distortion and therefore also shape what's coming out, so to say. So there's a pre-distortion Highpass that cuts the sub-bass before the signal, and that prevents muddiness if you listen to it, especially with high settings. It's like totally distorted in the bass, but if you use this, you directly demud it. The cool thing is you also have a slope where you can change the filter shape. You can also change the resonancy of the filter, which can also give like quite crazy results. By the way, I also added a gain compensation, because normally if you distort it, or you always think, oh, it sounds better, but at the end it's just louder. So you can also dial in gain compensation. Then you have the focus. The focus filters narrows the bandwidth from the top down before distortion, and therefore it concentrates the distortion into a tighter frequency range, so to say. So you can more focus on aggressiveness, like a narrow resonance band, for example. Let's show this. There's also this envelope modulator, so this tracks the input level and moves the high-pass frequency dynamically. So if you turn this into positive, the filter opens on the attack, and negative, the filter closes. So the distortion kind of breathes with the signal, for lack of better explanation. Let's have a listen. The other cool thing is with a crossover, the mix splits the signal into bass and high mid, so to say. The bass goes around the distortion completely and only the upper frequencies get processed. The result is a massive distortion on the top, but with a clean punch in the bass and in the bottom. And then there's also the feedback loop, and and yeah, this is basically inspired by the TB-303, which I also implemented the thing inside here. And there's an AC coupling the Highpass at 150 Hertz in the feedback path, so only mids and highs are amplified, and the soft clipping prevents it from spiral out of control, hopefully. And with this you can create massively crazy distorted sounds, artifacts, and yeah, let's go for it. Let's probably go for something else. You can also change, you can high-pass the feedback. Yes, that's it. So I hope you like it. You can download it for just 10 euros from my Kreuzberg audio website. It would help me and support me and keep on doing this. And thanks a lot for your support and see you in the next video. Bye bye.